zoning.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today is November 1st, 2021, and we'll call this meeting in order at 7:31 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Delzo?
Here.
Trustee Juarez is absent this evening. Trustee McLaughlin? Here. Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Navas-Esparza? Here. Trustee Peretta?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So before we start the meeting this evening, or the regular reports, I should say, is we have a bid opening to replace our telephone system here at the Village Hall. And I know the bids, I spoke with the clerk earlier today, the bids were emailed in already? And that was part of our spec too, so go ahead.
We received 3, and I'm only mentioning 3 just so it's on the record. We did receive one from AT&T, however, it was incomplete. It only had the bid amount, it had nothing else. So I don't know if you want me to read that still. It was just 2 pages and it just had the bid amount, but I wanted to mention it, and I did email him saying it was incomplete, and I have not heard back.
Why don't we, let's leave, did you get a final bid amount?
Yes, that's all they sent.
Why don't you read the bid amount into the record, and we'll have the IT committee qualify that with what was sent. Let's put it that way. Okay.
So the first one, these were all received today. This is from AT&T. Located at 11700 Great Oaks Way, 3rd floor, Alpharetta, Georgia, 30022. Their total amount for the bid was $55,361.71. That's 55361.71. And again, that's all we received, but I'll pass it over to Brian as well. The second one we received was from Communications Square, LLC. They are located at 7108 South Canner Highway in Stuart, Florida, 34997. They did not include a bid bond, but they did have a very lengthy packet that I will send to Brian as well. Their proposal amount is $299,700 even. That is $299,700.00. And then the last bid amount we received was from B&B Networks, Inc., located at 245 West Roosevelt Road, West Chicago, Illinois, 60185. They did include a bid bond, and they did have the complete proposal, which I will send to Brian. Their total amount was $72,540.56. That's 72540.56. And those are the only bids that we received.
All right, thank you. So we'll go to our officers' reports. Very quickly, just a note on my side. I was on a Zoom call this morning with our Cook County Commissioner, Donna Miller, and she said that in the coming weeks they are going to be approving their upcoming Cook County budget that's worth about $8.1 billion, something like that. And there's going to be a breakdown. There's they have a lot of ARPA money, and they'll have more breakdowns as far as where that money, what that money is being considered for. And they certainly encourage all municipalities, if we know of any, while we're being allocated money for what the government considered our portion of, if we do know of any other organizations or special uses that maybe the county may consider, we're supposed to forward those ideas over, and that can be considered. Right now they got about 400 different ideas and more coming in, and for different ideas for the ARPA money. But they'll know more once their budget is approved to know where that funding's going in the meantime too. So there was too many things to list, and there was too many things to write down. But we will, as soon as I have more to report, I'll get back to everybody on that. First thing on your agenda this evening was, under my report, was a approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip designating Republic Services Incorporated as the exclusive residential scavenger for the collection and disposal of all waste and recyclables within the Village of Alsip, and approving a franchise agreement, therefore, and including an e-waste removal of once a month per dwelling. And again, as we discussed, and Ernie Lopez from Republic Services is here this evening if anybody has any questions. But when you're looking at the franchise agreement that we're asking to be approved, again, all services are going to remain the same as they are right now as far as scavenger collection goes. And we do have a provision in here on page 5 for e-waste collection. And what it says here is, at the request by a resident, the contractor shall provide e-waste collection services for covered electronic devices. As Ernie said, basically anything that's got a cord attached to it, and is defined in Section 10 of the Electronic Products Recycling and Refuse Act. No more frequently than one time per month, at a date and time scheduled by the resident through the contractor. So any resident that wants something picked up once a month can call Republic Services, and they'll make arrangements to have a truck come out and pick up said item. The e-waste collection shall only be part of this agreement in paragraph if it's initialed by myself or by the village. If initialed, the contractor shall invoice the village an additional $1.15 per month per dwelling unit, for providing e-waste collection. So in other words, that goes across the board for all homes. We're not just saying, correct, Ernie? We're not just saying one house on the block, or how are we doing that, Ernie?
No, each and every home is allotted one time a month pickup.
Right. But are you billing us just for any time you do that particular house?
No.
It's a blanket for the whole thing. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right.
no, I'm sorry.
So if we have 5,000 dwellings, it's 5,000, we're being billed 5,000 homes per month.
Right.
Yes.
And that's still lower than the current.
I agree. It's $1 a month. It's $1.15 per dwelling, and that's a blanket for all dwellings. So we've got roughly 5,077 dwellings or something like that. That's what we're being billed for. The amount to be invoiced to the village shall be increased annually by 4%, and as we spoke of the other night, even after 5 years, it's probably only an increase of about 30 cents. And only items originating from households are eligible. No businesses are eligible for the same collection. And that's all this contract refers to as well, too, is this is just for residential homes. Businesses have their own collection companies, or I should say scavenger companies that pick up from them. One thing to consider here, too, Board, is that we were offered a 5-year contract on here, with 3 years of additional services as well, too. So this can run as far as 8 years. Certainly, we can amend this on its face if we want to go 8 years instead of 5. One second. The term of this agreement shall be and remain in effect for an initial term commencing January 1st, 2022, and expiring December 31st, 2026. That's the initial term. The agreement may be extended for an additional 3-year term through December 31st of 2029 upon the mutual written consent of the parties to occur no later than September 1st of 2026. The provisions of this agreement governing the initial term shall remain in effect for the additional term unless modified by the parties in writing. Each contract year under this agreement shall be obviously January 1st through December 31st. Ernie, there's no real financial benefit to going 8 years on here because we've got this option at the end, correct?
Correct, other than keeping that 3.0 annual increase, and that's all that is.
Okay.
Per the bid specs,
Sure.
Per the bid specs, it asks for 5-year plus the additional 3-year rated rates, so, and that's what was handed in and what you're discussing right now.
Okay. So again, while we'd all like that, well, obviously, while Republic would love to see an 8-year contract, it's not mandatory that we approve it right now. Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Any questions on this board? Anybody have any questions on this at all? Okay. This is certainly one of the larger, it doesn't seem like it, like for scavenger services, but one of the larger contracts that we do approve here and stuff too, so. I certainly want to take our time with that. So that's all I have for this evening. Next, we have the clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the approval of the October 18th, 2021 board meeting minutes and the approval of the October 25th, 2021 committee meeting minutes and special board meeting minutes, and that is all I have, Mayor.
All right. Thank you. We have the attorney's report. We have Beth Eddard with us tonight from Kenkar Law Firm.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. Next, we have the engineer's report. Will Dolan.
Hello.
Hey, Will.
I have a recommendation to award the Chapel Hill Storm Sewer Lining contract to the low bidder, Insituform Technologies USA Incorporated, for the bid amount of $248,220.40. And you may have noticed some construction going on around here lately. An update on the current schedule. Today they were paving the Laramie, or Fire Station number 2, parking lot. They didn't do the concrete yet. That's going to happen next week. Tomorrow they plan on milling Village Hall and the police station. I'm not sure that was communicated to you. It was? Okay.
Mike sent a notice on that today.
Okay, good. The remainder of the week, they plan on finishing the paving, the HMA paving, and the concrete as far as sidewalk and curb and gutter.
Okay.
Like I said, the concrete pavement for the fire station should be next week. So,
Well, where are we doing concrete, except for by the front entrance there? Is that the only place we're doing extra? I know there's a couple of spots that we cut out.
sidewalk ramps. curb and
Bob,
gutter.
are we doing firehouse stuff right now, too?
What's that?
Are we doing concrete at the firehouses?
Dug out. They're digging back of Station 1 today, and they dug out the front last week because we ran into 2 issues over there.
I didn't get over there today, Chief. Is it just a pad like where the truck's staged behind the door, or what?
The front of the firehouse, so when they took out the asphalt where the truck is, half of it dropped about 2 inches, so that section had to get cut out. And then also, while they were digging all the asphalt out, they found a unused culvert that when Laramie used to have all ditches, there was a culvert that ran under the driveway. That's why we had that little speed bump for all these years, because it was only 2 inches. And that was it. So Mike came out last week and looked at it. So they got to get rid of that and fill that in and cut that down some more.
That's what we're talking about. We had a spot we needed more fill for. Is that what you were talking?
Yes, we had that as well.
Okay.
Soft base, so they had to take out that, and then they do patching today for that.
Good. Okay. And Firehouse 1, did we pay that already too, or?
No, not yet.
Okay. Looks
That's all
good out
right.
here, though. I mean, obviously, they're going to get into this now then, too. But they put down the public work paving. I saw they put down the second layer today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, looks good. Mike, I saw when they had that first layer on, I know we weren't necessarily rebuilding the parking lot, but are we okay? Do we have any dips? Are we holding water anywhere? Are we okay?
We look to be okay. We'll see when the first rain.
Because it seemed like Friday when we had some of the rain, but again, you didn't have that top coat on.
Yeah, there were some spots there, but not the top surface.
Yeah.
All graded out.
Okay. That's the number one thing, make sure we're draining all right, so.
Yeah, the catch basins would have been above the binder, so that you would have had like an inch and a half before the water would be able to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
it should be okay now.
all right. Well, I did sign a bunch of paperwork today for a couple of the other projects going on around town for Taco Burrito King, and there's another private development over on Hamlin Street. So the clerk signed off on this as well, too, so hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll start
I got
seeing
those.
Okay,
I forwarded
good.
them to the developers. So.
Okay, good. And I appreciate you keeping me in the loop with these commercial developments, too. Everybody's doing their thing on time and all that, yeah, too. So I got to remind, I think Mike, did we remind Firewaters over there doing demolition, their fence fell down over there. I went by and saw it today. You told them, Raj? Okay. I also reminded both them, I sent a picture, I reminded both them, Firewater and TBK, please keep your grass cut. I understand you're under construction, but we have you know, obviously we've got integrity of our business district we're trying to keep up here too, so.
BK was out there the next day cutting it.
Excellent. Yeah, I sent Danny Ortega a note. He was real, and both guys were. They said to take care of it, so, okay. Go ahead, Will. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you too. I was out looking at a couple different properties today, and actually, I got a notice today from the Cook County Land Bank Authority today on available properties being made to municipalities, or in municipalities that they give you first pick at, and if we don't want to purchase the property, you know, it goes out to the public after November 30th. But I saw today there's an abandoned property next to Bimbo Bakeries, 13005 Hamlin Court, and there's no market value to it yet. They'll assign a market value to it after the 30th, but they want to know if we have any interest in it. So if you guys want to take a look at that, I'm just thinking, well, as long as you're in front of me here, too, if you see any use of it, like any companies, anything else that's looking for something, let me know.
Is it the old Century Oil?
Yeah.
I'd be very careful with that.
Okay.
You're going to need an NFR on it first.
Make sure the ground is clean. Okay. Yeah, that's that one spot, Chief, that's right between Bimbo and the floral place. Yeah. Okay. The other building looks great. The one that Quality Snack Foods just brought, that looks fantastic.
Really nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if something comes up, we only had one property in our village that was available. Everything else is spoken for.
That reminds me, I sent you an email about 131st Street, and
Yeah.
CMAP approved the STP shared funding, so that's about another
Thanks,
$4
Will.
million.
I actually announced it last week after I was so excited when I saw that, too, yeah. So, real quick, if you can just tell everybody, when was the original funding done on that? It was when the previous mayor was here, when we first started, right?
Right, so that would have been 2015, I think, when it was originally secured, but we didn't have enough money to actually construct it. So at this point, the village has secured about $8 million in STP funding through Southwest Council and CMAP, and then Cook County secured another $2 million in economic development program funding through Mini Mill.
Okay.
So we've got about $10 million total.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, is that enough to get that road done?
Hopefully.
Yeah?
You never know, like they were discussing, soil remediation is very expensive, so we have to do more testing to come up with final dollar amounts.
So this is designated a federal truck route, 131st Street between Pulaski and Kedzie?
It's not a federal truck route.
I thought that's what Mayor Kitchen said, didn't
I've
he?
always told it that way.
It's a FAU route, which means it's eligible for federal funding, but it's
Okay.
not a truck route.
Understood. That's not the way we were served, right? Okay. So thank you for clearing that up. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Now, we're still obviously, if we're reconstructing it, we're still responsible for servicing it then, too?
Correct.
Right.
It's still a village street.
Yeah. Mike, I know I'm a pain sometimes, but I'm a biggie. I drive around looking for potholes like I'm going to drive in one, but before the weather gets any different, we got to get on that street and patch a bunch of potholes over. I went down today.
We'll be out there this week.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
That street? The potholes are only this big, and that street, they're,
I know. Well, there's got big trucks over there, and they make them bad by the day. But yeah, I was down there today dodging a few of them and stuff. But yeah, we need to take a look at that, Mike. Okay. Thanks, Will. Next, public forum. Anybody in the audience wish to address the board? No? All right. Then we'll go on to standing committee reports. Finance and IT, Trustee McLaughlin.
First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated October 22nd, 2021, totaling $419,569.36. Next, I have a request for approval of a list of accounts payable dated November 1st, 2021, from the recap, General Fund, $82,204.06. Road and Bridge, $10,589.36. MFT, $1,018.50. Liability and Workers' Comp Insurance, $65,691.92. Health Insurance, $839.44. Water and Sewer, $367,572.87. Sanitary sewers, $1,777.81. Heritage, $117,931.68. IPRF grant expense, $7,600 even. Retiree health insurance, $44,010.27, for a grand total all funds of $699,235.91. And finally, I have a request for approval of the October finance report. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. I did first, maybe like some of you, I had my first chance to approve invoices on the Laserfish program now. That was easy. Let's put it that way. It would just plug in and do our thing. Next, we have the Fire Committee report. Trustee Murphy.
I have approval to purchase a C-grade fire engine for a cost not to exceed $688,716 even. And second, I have approval of the replacement of kitchen cabinets at Fire Station 1 for a cost of $13,400 from Brothers Leal LLC of Alsip, which was the lowest quote. And that's all I have, sir.
And again, Chief Szynski, this isn't, I know it's simplified a little bit with saying kitchen cabinets. This is countertops. This is everything, right?
That's just the cabinets. Foreign Fire is going to take care of the floor and the countertops.
You're right. You broke that out. Okay, Chief. Next, Police and Traffic Safety. Trustee Dalzell.
Nothing for this evening's meeting, Mayor.
Okay. Trustee, I did speak with Chief Miller today, and obviously we didn't have any incidents yesterday that were brought up for Halloween. Everything went really well. Next, Public Work and Boat Launch Committee.
I have approval to purchase one new 2022 Ford F-350 pickup truck with snowplow from Roche Ford, 303 West Grand Avenue, Bensonville, Illinois, through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative in an amount not to exceed $45,000 even. That's all I have, sir.
Mike Frater, I know it says with a snowplow, it's just got a dump bed or anything like that on it too, or is it just a standard pickup with a plow? Yes. Okay. I'd say that's a good price for that kind of, you know, if, yeah.
Not that good.
Yeah. I get two. Sewer and water, Trustee Navas-Barza.
Thank you. I have a request for approval to repurchase water meters and FlexNet radios at a cost not to exceed $27,248.00. That's all I have here.
All right, thank you. Then we'll go to Building and Health, Trustee Peretta.
Thank you, Mayor. No report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Next, Human Resource and Insurance, Trustee Murphy.
Just a reminder that the health care open enrollment will be November 18th, 2021 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Conference Room 2. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Then we'll go to Special Committee Reports, Economic Development, Trustee Navas-Barza.
Thank you. Just have an update. Just wanted to congratulate Intentional Nutrition on their grand opening. I think ribbon cutting as well on October 29th. They extended an invitation, but unfortunately I was unable to make it. I had a schedule conflict, but I believe you were able to attend, Mayor?
I was there with the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And then Trustee Murphy, you were en route. Did you were at Mr. Sub. Did you go next door and get a
I did not make it there,
okay.
no.
Right.
You know, and somehow a man of my stature, smoothies just do not agree with me.
Okay.
But I will make a point of going in there and congratulating the ladies on their new business venture. So.
No, great business. They got about 80 different flavors of nutritional, I call them smoothies, I'm sure is a better title for it, but they even had one that was peanut butter and jelly, and it was only 300 calories or whatever, something like that, you know, but no, they had some good stuff there.
I'd have had 3 of them. So.
Yeah, just wanted to congratulate them and, you know, thank you for the invite. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, but they're on off of 116th, probably. 119th and
They're going to be like they're right next to Mr. Subs on 119th and Pulaski.
Yes. Yeah, there was another business I'm confusing them with, 116th, that is interested on the Title Max property.
Oh.
So they're just going to move down the street possibly if it works out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we can't say who yet, but Roger was telling me we've got some we got some really good commercial interest in the U.S. Bank property, possibly, right, Raj? So we can't see who it is yet, but
With the versus 40.
That's great. Okay.
Nice. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. And I've seen a lot of stuff on social media, too. Everything's fine with the Burger King. They had a small grease fire there a couple weeks ago, and they're just finishing up repair work there, that's all. I saw some things on social media. Some people, sometimes they might be drawing their own conclusion, but the business is fine. Roger inspected on Friday. They have to tweak a couple more things, and they'll be ready to go again and open up. So, Village Properties, next, Trustee McGlowan.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Raj, we okay with everything? It's only been a month now, almost exactly a month. How's everything over with the new management company?
He's doing a nice job. He's getting his feet wet, so just hope everything continues the way it's going, and I would expect that.
Okay, and you and I were talking, but just so the board hears it too, with we had a lot of vacancies. How are we doing getting those put back together now?
We had four go out at the beginning of the month, and 4 at Heritage 2 and 1 over at Heritage, or 4 at Heritage 2, 1 at Heritage 1.
Meaning we had 4 ready?
Correct.
We had 4 more ready this month. That's great. Okay. So I know we got a big backlog. Folks trying to get in there, and that was what I was telling you. Let's try and facilitate this. And we're not going to reduce the quality of what we do, but let's just try and get them going. Okay. Next, ordinance and legislation. Trustee Peretta.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request for an approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article 15, Procurement of Goods and Services, Section 2-273, Purchases or Contracts for Appropriated Items of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. And again, the board, just for the benefit of the public, all we were doing is it's the same ordinance, but we were adjusting cost. The last time this ordinance was addressed was almost 15 years ago, and we just felt it necessary to come up with the times as far as procurement, where we've got different safeguards for purchasing with departments, and the board agreed to make some adjustments in those numbers. Next, we had the Planning and Zoning and Licenses Committee.
I have that one. Request for approval of a list of licenses dated October 11th, 2021 through October 22nd of 2021. And that's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Did anybody have any presentations, petitions, or communications? All right. Did anybody wish to remove anything from the consent agenda?
Letter J.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Then can I get a motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 1 to establish the consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent this evening. Trustee McGlowan?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza?
Yes.
Trustee Peretta?
Yes.
Motion carries to establish the consent agenda.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second then to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda. Item A is an apple, approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip designating Republic Services, Inc. as the exclusive residential scavenger for the collection and disposal of all waste and recyclables within the Village of Alsip and approving a franchise agreement therefore and including e-waste removal once per month per dwelling will now be known as Ordinance 2021-11-1. And item M as in Mary, approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article 15, Procurement of Goods and Services, Section 2-273, Purchases or Contracts for Appropriated Items of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip will now be known as Ordinance 2021-11-2. Again, this is roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent this evening. Trustee McGlowan?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza?
Yes.
Trustee Peretta?
Yes.
Motion carries to approve the consent agenda.
All right, thank you. We'll go back to one item that was removed, letter J. This was the approval of the replacement of kitchen cabinets at Fire Station Number 1 at a cost of $13,400. Brothers Leal, LLC of Alsip, who had the lowest quote. Before we discuss on this, did I have a motion and a second on this first?
I'd make the motion.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Trustee McLaurin, you pulled it. Did you have a question?
No, just a comment in regards to, I still haven't, I know we've got the 3 bids and everything here, and I like the fact that Brothers Leal is from Alsip, but I'm still having a hard time understanding why we need handmade cabinets. It's just, it's not something that I'm finding is necessary.
Okay. We did, and again, for the benefit of the public, we do record all of our meetings. We did discuss this in committee last week, well, a couple of meetings we've done. But just to satisfy that, Trustee Murphy, you're the chair on that committee. Did you want anything to add to that?
I think, well, the chief had said that the cabinets needed to be custom-made to occupy the space, that stock cabinets would not be permissible in this case. They were going against
When the firehouse
cinder
was
blocks.
built, there was nothing standardized in the firehouses. I'm sure Will can testify just what we see in the parking lot among everything else. Not only that, most of your stock cabinets also use particle board in there. And like I said, they have to last for a long time. So if you have real wood, it has a tendency of lasting a whole lot longer.
Okay.
Well, I say, now at the same time, though, I provided most of the board members with a quote that was real wood, including countertop and high-end, not low-grade particle board or anything, and it came to $7,000. That was including installation. So that's why I'm having a really hard time in understanding why we need, I mean, basically, when you throw on the countertop and everything, why we need $15,000 cabinets.
10 years ago, I did my cabinets at home myself, and I spent almost $7,000 on cabinets for about a third of the cabinets. And that's, again, it's just the cost of cabinets. There's nothing cheap, and wood is not cheap right now. And maple, I mean, maple's the middle of the road. It's not the high end, it's not the low end.
Okay.
And the cabinets that we've had in place have lasted us for 22 years, and we need to make it last for another 20, 25 years, because just the amount of use, it's much different than what everybody, I mean, the usage that you get at your home is nowhere near what you have at a fire station.
Understood. Any other questions? Then I'd call the roll, please.
Sure. Roll call number 3 to approve item J. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent this evening. Trustee McLaughlin.
No.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve item J with a vote of 4-1.
All right, thank you. Did anybody have any unfinished business? Any new business? All right, then can I get a motion to adjourn then?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you. We're going to adjourn this meeting then at 8:04 p.m. And again, thank you for being with us this evening. Have a great night.